It's Monday, June 29th. In the headlines, Demerit point system set to begin October 1, and Transport Minister Darrell Vaz is urging drivers to settle outstanding tickets before that. In business news, Tropical Battery expands into the United States market via Amazon. Regionally, Jamaica and Guyana signed cooperation agreements, and Venezuela earthquake death toll climbed. In sports, Jamaica names strong squad for NACAC Under-18 and Under-23 championships. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Motorists have until September 30 to settle outstanding traffic tickets before Jamaica's long-awaited demerit point system comes into effect. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says the new system, which begins on October 1, is aimed at improving road safety by holding repeat traffic offenders accountable.
After years of delays, the demerit point system is now set to become a reality. Effective October 1, motorists who commit specified traffic offences will have points added to their driving record, with the accumulation of 10 or more points resulting in the suspension of their driver's license. Speaking at a media briefing last Thursday, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz stressed that the initiative is intended to improve compliance with traffic laws and reduce road deaths, not punish motorists.
The demerit point system is designed to address these challenges by promoting compliance with the Road Traffic Act and deterring repeat offenders. It is not intended as a punitive measure, but as a road safety tool that encourages responsible driving and helps reduce dangerous behavior on our roads.
The minister is urging motorists to use the remaining months to clear outstanding tickets and bring their records into compliance before enforcement begins.
The IT has consistently advised that accumulated points can lead to suspension depending on the severity and frequency of the offences. Again, I therefore urge all motorists, transport operators, both private and public, and in general road users to act now, settle outstanding matters, become compliant, obey the rules of the road, and help create a safer environment for all Jamaicans. The success of this initiative depends not only on enforcement, but also on public cooperation.
Mr. Vaz says the grace period provided to motorists is ending, warning that authorities will take a zero-tolerance approach once the system is operational.
It is important to note that the implementation of the demerit point system was previously suspended to provide additional time for compliance. This period is now ending effective September 30, 2026. The suspension will cease, and from October 1st, 2026, the system will be fully operational, and a zero-tolerance approach will be adopted towards traffic violations, particularly those who endanger lives and undermine road safety.
The announcement comes as road fatalities remain a major concern, with 136 people killed in 122 crashes so far this year. The minister says habitual offenders with large numbers of unpaid tickets have contributed to the problem.
It is no secret that existing on our roads we have several drivers with hundreds of tickets outstanding who have not had their licenses suspended and are the main perpetrators of reckless and lawless behaviors on our road.
Reporting for the news on PBCJ, I am Danita Rodney.
More than 2,200 households in hurricane-affected communities have been wired for electricity under the National Energy Poverty Reduction Project, a $1 billion initiative being implemented by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. Speaking during a recent Jamaica Information think tank, NEPRP project manager Dane McLean said more than 500 of those households have already been connected to the national grid, with the remaining connections being completed in phases.
Certainly for the rest of this fiscal year, the target now is to do approximately another 1,500 households. And so for persons out there, for communities out there, individuals out there who are desirous of being part of the program, the model remains the same. You can reach out to us at the JCIF offices. Again, you can reach out to your member of parliament if you desire. You can reach out to your other community partners, the STC. And once you reach out to these partners, they have a channel to us.
He said homes in Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth and Hanover have already been wired, with St. Elizabeth recording the largest number of beneficiaries.
In rural communities, part of the constraints too are not just to get the homes wired. A number of households in rural Jamaica don't have what are called the grid access.
To support implementation, the Jamaica Social Investment Fund has established temporary community offices where residents can register for the program with assistance from the Jamaica Public Service Company. We
work closely with the JPS, their Community Renewal Unit. Certainly since 2014, we have been working with the Community Renewal Unit at JPS. And so what it does, once the homes wired, GER certified, those households are immediately transferred to the grid using the prepaid infrastructure.
McLean explained that the project, which is being carried out in partnership with the Ministry of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications, was originally designed to improve access to electricity in vulnerable communities, but was expanded following the impact of Hurricane Melissa. McLean notes that many of the targeted households sustained damage to their electrical systems during the hurricane and required assistance to safely reconnect to the grid. The Bureau of Standards Jamaica has introduced 4 new national standards designed to guide the safe use of drone technology and improve the management of geospatial data. The initiative is expected to strengthen national security, support disaster response, and drive innovation as Jamaica aligns with international standards in emerging technologies.
World today is increasingly driven by technology that also changes at a fast pace, forcing more compulsive innovation. For Jamaica, this reality is taking flight with drone technology and digital data, and the government is making a bold commitment to international standards. In support of the transformation, the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, BSJ, launched 4 new national standards in May 2026. They are designed to transform industries, strengthen national security, modernize disaster response, and position the country as a regional leader in these emerging technologies.
Together, these standards establish a comprehensive, internationally aligned framework for the safe, secure, and effective use of unmanned aircraft systems, the generation, management, and application of high-quality geospatial data.
The 4 standards include 3 focused on unmanned aircraft systems, commonly known as drones, and 1 locally developed standard for geographic information metadata. Together, they create the framework for how drones are designed, operated, regulated, and integrated into Jamaica's national development agenda. The first standard, JIS ISO 21384-2, focuses on drone system components.
It sets requirements for quality and safety in the design and manufacture of key elements: aircraft, remote pilot stations, data links, payloads, and support equipment. In essence, it ensures that the very foundation of our drone technology is built on precision, reliability, and trust.
The second standard, JIS ISO 21384-3, addresses operational procedures. It defines how drones should safely operate within Jamaican airspace, reinforcing accountability and secure use. The third standard, JIS ISO 21384-4, standardizes vocabulary. ensuring regulators, operators, manufacturers, and investors all speak the same technical language.
It defines commonly used terms across science and technology, ensure clarity, consistency, and effective communication among regulators, operators, manufacturers, and all stakeholders. While this may seem simple, it is essential.
Jamaica also launched the JIS 361 2022, a locally developed standard for geographic information metadata. This standard governs how geographic and geospatial data is collected, described, stored, and shared.
Altogether, these standards represent more than just technical documents. They are a framework for growth, safety, and global alignment. And they position Jamaica to confidently embrace emerging technologies while safeguarding our airspace and our future.
In the business report, Jamaican battery manufacturer Tropical Battery Company says through its new Amazon.com storefront that within the first weeks of operation, it has shipped products to customers in more than 39 states across the United States. Tropical Battery says while revenue from the new sales channel remains modest at this early stage, the geographic reach of the launch has exceeded its expectations. The company told RJR News that the development demonstrates that a Jamaican business operating from Kingston can use Amazon's logistics network to deliver products directed to American households and businesses, while earning US dollar revenue without a physical presence in the US. The company says Amazon's fulfillment infrastructure is serving as its US logistics partner, allowing it to access a wider customer base as it builds the platform for future growth. ATL Automotive Group has been appointed the regional master dealer for Jator vehicles, expanding its partnership with the Sherry Group. Under the agreement, ATL's Caribbean hub will oversee Jator sales and dealer support in Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, St. Lucia, Belize, Grenada, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The announcement follows the recent launch of the Jator brand in Guyana through CAM Motors, ATL's local dealer partner. ATL Automotive currently operates in 21 countries across the Caribbean, Central and South America, providing regional support in sales, technical services, training, marketing, and warranty operations. The addition of Jator further strengthens ATL's relationship with Cherry Group, which also includes the Omoda and Jeku brands. Denise Williams brings us the latest market details.
For the trading period of June 26, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Kentire Holdings Jamaica Limited with 11,235,810 units, representing 24.96% of market sales activities. Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial with 6,026,637 units, representing 13.39% of market sales activities. QWI Investments Limited with 3,196,040 units, representing 7.10% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in transportation and distribution plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market, based on Bank of Jamaica data for June 26, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. The US dollar had trading margins reflecting steady liquidity, with the US selling at $157.78 and buying at $156 $112.67. Moderate gains supported by $1.27 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $112.08 and was bought for $110.81. The British pound had continued volatility, offering short-term trading opportunities of $1.09 in profits for the bank. The British pound sold for $208.41 and was bought for $207.32. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, love shouldn't ignore credit scores. Relationships often begin with shared values, shared dreams, and shared chemistry. Yet many encounter an uncomfortable reality. One partner is carrying significant debt and has a low credit score, while the other has spent years avoiding debt altogether. The challenge isn't simply financial, it's philosophical. The solution isn't for either person to win, it's to build a financial partnership. A practical strategy includes separate love from liability. Marriage or commitment doesn't require immediately combining debts or borrowing together. You can also create financial transparency, share credit reports, outstanding obligations, repayment plans, and financial goals without judgment. And agree on non-negotiables. Decide together what level of debt is acceptable, when new borrowing is appropriate, and how major purchases will be financed. Financial compatibility is not about having identical bank accounts. It's about developing shared financial behaviors that create trust. And that's today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.
In regional news, Jamaica and Guyana have strengthened their bilateral partnership with the signing of 4 agreements covering economic cooperation, agriculture, defense, and financial services. Signed during Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness's official visit to Guyana, the agreements also expand collaboration in energy, science and technology, disaster resilience, and food security, reinforcing regional integration and economic development. Dr. Holness says the agreements represent only the beginning of a much broader partnership between the 2 Caribbean neighbors.
Today, we sign various MOUs, but that should not be interpreted as the entirety of the engagement. Those are just what we could formalize within the time. The breadth of our exchanges and the potential of our collaboration and cooperation is extensive.
Guyana's President, Dr. Ifran Ali, says both countries have common priorities and are committed to building stronger technical and economic ties for the benefit of the region.
It has really laid the basis through which greater trust, greater confidence, greater partnership will emerge. I am very confident about that.
President Ali continues, saying the agreements will create opportunities for greater collaboration in energy, tourism, financial services, security, housing, healthcare, and education, strengthening regional resilience and economic growth.
We believe that we have found a common path in many areas, and we look forward to a stronger, relentless, resilient, and sustainable partnership with the government and people of Jamaica under your strong, dynamic leadership.
Emergency crews in Venezuela have rescued a 21-year-old man who survived 106 hours beneath the rubble of a collapsed building in La Guaira state following last week's powerful double earthquake. Acting President Delcy Rodriguez announced the rescue as search teams entered what officials describe as the most critical stage of the operation. National Assembly President George Rodriguez says rescuers are now racing against time to find more survivors. The official death toll has risen to at least 1,450, with authorities warning that the number is expected to increase as recovery efforts continue. International rescue teams, equipped with sniffer dogs, thermal imaging equipment, medical supplies, and specialized rescue gear, are working alongside Venezuelan emergency personnel in the search for survivors. However, rescuers say resources remain stretched, with more heavy machinery, personnel, and search dogs needed to speed up operations. Building on the legacy of the institutions established by the forerunners of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS Chairman Gaston Brown is urging fellow prime ministers to work together to create new sustainable institutions that will deliver outlasting benefits for OECS citizens. Brown, who is also Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, made the call for deeper regional integration during the opening ceremony of the 78th meeting of the OECS Authority. More from GBN News.
Noting the ongoing geopolitical recalibrations and fragmented supply chains, incoming chairman of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, Gaston Brown, says the OECS Commission must be re-engineered into a leaner, faster, and more effective institution. Noting that the Commission must be fit for purpose, Brown highlighted that such conversation has been had with the OECS Director General. The incoming OECS chairman officially placed a request to the Director General to develop a reform plan that improves delivery, reduces cost, and strengthens the Commission's ability to better serve the people of the OECS. Speaking on the United States' current immigration policy with the Caribbean, the OECS chairman acknowledged respect for the position taken, but noted that bilateral and multilateral relationships continue to suffer.
Our people purchase American goods, use American financial services, and send their children to American universities. We are beneficial partners for the American economy, not adversaries to be restricted.
Brown cited unexplored opportunities for trade within the OECS and CARICOM regions, as well as Central and South America.
But stretching to our south and west lies a hemisphere, or a region for that matter, of 447 million Spanish-speaking neighbors, 40 times the size of all of CARICOM, with whom our commercial ties remain frustratingly thin.
He commended the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean for consistently encouraging trade partnerships between the Caribbean and Latin America. The OECS chairman is calling for a proactive strategy involving Latin America, hinting strongly at Panama, given the multi-billion-dollar trade route through the Panama Canal.
Central America offers proximity, agricultural complementarity, and established food production chains. An OECS strategy that builds sourcing partnerships with Central American producers, uses Panama as a transshipment point, and develops shared regional emergency stockpiles could fundamentally reduce our cost of living and transform our resilience.
Touching on airlift, Brown said he has advanced a proposal for OECS Air, which would be a dedicated sub-regional carrier leveraged on the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank's unclaimed deposits.
In fact, I'm told that we have about $50 million in unclaimed deposits. These are deposits that people have not owned or requested for over 20, 30 years. They're sitting there, they're not being employed. These should be invested for the joint benefit of the OECS people. A region that cannot move its people efficiently and effectively cannot integrate commercially.
He asserted that there should no longer be any hesitation for acting in the interests of the people of the OECS, and he called on his colleagues to demonstrate their political will. I am Gerard Joseph reporting.
In sports, we're on the track with athletics. The Jamaica Athletic Administrative Association, JAAA, has named a strong team for the North American, Central American, and Caribbean Under-18 and Under-23 Athletics Championships. with national women's 200-meter champion Alina Reid and rising sprint star Kai Kelly among the headline athletes. Kelly of Jamaica College will contest the boys under 18 100 meters and 4x100 meters relay, while Kingston College's Jason Pitter, the joint second fastest under 18 400-meter runner in the world this year, will compete in the 400 meters and 4x400 meters relay. Other standout under 18 athletes include St. Jago's Marquise Page in the 110-meter hurdles, Malaya Duncan and Azaria Harris in the girls' sprints, and versatile Edwin Allen athletes Tashana Godfrey, who is entered in 3 events. Jamaica's under-23 squad also features several established performers, including Lavanya Williams, Sabrina Dockery, Karika Hill, Boaja Nkrumah, and discus thrower Joseph Salmon, the world under-20 leader and national junior record holder. The NACAC Under-18 and Under-23 championships will be held from July 10 to 12 in Mexico. In cricket, 300 test wickets for Kemar Roach as the West Indies wins the first test versus Sri Lanka within 4 days. Wayne Cunningham has the details.
Sri Lanka were at 15 for 1 and 303 runs adrift of the West Indies at the start of day 4 of the first test at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in North Sound, Antigua, and the bowlers came to the party after the heroics of Amir Jangu and Roshan Chase on day 3. Sri Lanka never got a solid footing in the face of some accurate and devastating fast bowling by Kemar Roach, Jane Seals, Shamar Joseph, and Alzari Joseph, as they could only muster 101 before being all out before tea. The biggest resistance by the tourists came from Dinesh Chandimal, who top scored with 43. The only other batter in double figures was Sunai Dunsha on 12. The story of the day was that of veteran fast bowler Kemar Roach, who surpassed 300 test wickets with figures of 4 for 51 on the day. Support came from Jaden Seals with an impressive 3 for 14. Shamar Roach 2 for 19 and Alzari Joseph 1 for 11 as the West Indies romped to victory in the first test against Sri Lanka by 217 runs. Amir Jangu, for his 233 in the first innings, was named player of the match as the Windies take a 1-0 lead in the 2-match series. Wayne Cunningham, TGT Sport.
We close with football. The group stage of the FIFA World Cup has wrapped up with several dominant performances, and the knockout phase is now underway. France booked their place in the next round with a convincing 4-1 victory over Norway, while Senegal produced one of the best wins of the tournament so far, thrashing Iraq 5-0. Spain edged Uruguay 1-0. Belgium cruised past New Zealand 5-1, and Egypt and Iran settled for a 1-1 draw. Saudi Arabia and Cabo Verde also shared the points in a scoreless stalemate. In Saturday's action, England defeated Panama 2-0, Croatia got the better of Ghana 2-1, Portugal and Colombia played to a scoreless draw, while DR Congo beat Uzbekistan 3-1. Algeria and Austria played out an entertaining 3-3 draw, and Argentina secured a 3-1 win over Jordan. The round of 32 got underway on Sunday, with Canada becoming the first team to reach the last 16 after edging South Africa 1-0. More knockout action continues this week as teams battle for a place in the FIFA World Cup round of 16. And that's the news on PBCJ. Thank you so much for watching.